Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Brian. You are Chords and Notes Nation. You have been invited into my living room once again for another raw, honest, and unedited reaction. Today we have Blue Oyster Cult with a video called So Supernatural. It is the official music video of this song. This is off of their Ghost Stories album. I'm thinking about, I'll probably, instead of just cherry picking songs, at some point, maybe I'll just do a full album reaction. We'll see how it goes. I just wanted to get something newer of theirs since I am so, not into their catalog of music. I just never really got into it. The Symbol Remains is the only album that I recall that I own. I may have had a cassette tape of theirs, one of their earlier ones when I was a kid. That had a lot of the... It wasn't a greatest hits, but it had a couple of their famous songs on... I have my cassettes, stored away somewhere. I'd have to take a look and see, indeed, if I do have it still. But anyways, that being said, yeah, Blue Oyster Cult. Why not? Let's go down this journey together. So that means you need to like, subscribe, and share. That grows the channel. Get yourself the notification bell. Hit that. So that you're notified anytime that I put up one of their videos, a reaction of them. I invite you to explore my channel, starting with the description box below the video. You guys ready? So supernatural. Dude. she's a vampire. They had her as a zombie too. And then that guy at the end. Well, I know it's all animation, but the bartender in the tuxedo, that was on an album cover. That's an allusion back to one of their earlier albums. I seem to remember an album cover with a guy dressed like that with cards. Am I correct? You guys let me know. And let me know which one that was. It's there, but it's not there. You know what I mean? So, very cool animation. Like, not like the best, but it was cool. It helped tell the story. And yeah, he wanted to get out of there. Wouldn't you? Would you want to stay there if she's like that, looking at you like that? I have a feeling, because I listened to like the first couple of songs off of this album, and I noticed that there's this throwback musically in those two songs that kind of was reminiscent of like the 50s and 60s, and this the feel is there with this song as well. But there's like this dark, cloud, this dark lining over this song. What's going on here? I'm wondering if Ghost Stories is more of a conceptual album, more of a story type album. If each song is sort of like a chapter in this story. I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm just sort of kind of wandering through this, wondering, first of all, the chorus had a really nice melodic hook to it. Kind of memorable. Not super memorable, but kind of memorable. And musically, it wasn't overwhelming. There wasn't a whole lot to drown your senses in. But it was good. It was solid. It told a story along with the animation and the video clips. So I'm just curious what's going on with this album. And you guys let me know. The more I explore, the more I might be intrigued in doing just an album long reaction. So I'm going to depend on you guys to steer me in the direction of whether, first of all, you want that, but number two, what's going on with this album? Give me a little bit more information. So, very cool. Very cool. She's not cool. She's scary. Well, she could be. Hope she doesn't show up in my nightmares tonight. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys on this one. God bless you. Jesus loves you. And I will talk to you in the next video.